Hey guys, welcome to Jar J Yapping here. And today we have a brand new video idea for once that isn't just album tier lists. And I just want to say for the record, I'm sorry that there was a massive time gap between the Drake tier list video and the Travis Scott album tier list video. Let's just say like a lot of things were getting in the way of me being able to record videos, but here we are with my third video that thankfully didn't take as long to make. And here we have Drake's timestamp tracks ranked. So here we have today 9 a.m. in Dallas, the very first one on Thank Me Later. We have 5 a.m. in Toronto, 6 p.m. in New York, 4 p.m. in Calabasas. Well, this one's called Do Not Disturb, but I think the other name is 7 a.m. in Germany or something like that. 7 a.m. on Bridle Path, 8 a.m. in Charlotte, and finally 1 a.m. in Albany, aka Make Them Remember. So, without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Starting off with the OG, the very first one, B tier straight away. Like, I mean, for the very first of these, it's actually really impressive and like by far the best. Well, maybe not the best, but definitely one of the best tracks on Thank Me Later. Definitely a standout on the album for sure, like without a doubt in my mind. To be honest, I don't have too much words for this one. It's just like a really, really good track. Great way to round out towards the end of the album. Not much else to say. 5 a.m. in Toronto, the sequel, is pretty much just this, but better. it's literally like everything you liked about 9 a.m. in Dallas, but just turned up. Basically, it's just like a good little sequel. Um, I like the beat more. I think I like Drake's lyrical content more in this one, and even just like in general, like I just think I like the vibe of 5 a.m. in Toronto more. But anyways, these two though, Child's Play compared to 6 p.m. in New York. I'm sorry, bro. The beat, the fucking confidence, that like just everything. It was perfect. It's perfect. Down to the last minute detail. Like, you cannot tell me otherwise. Like, this is a really, really good ass song, man. Like, this is the type of song where, like, if a Drake hater ever tries to tell me, oh, Drake is just garbage, he makes bad songs, I will point them straight to 6 p.m. in New York. Go listen to that. Tell me that Drake is still bad. Anyways, moving on, we have 4 p.m. in Calabasas. Now, this one I feel like is actually severely underrated. Like, I swear more people talk about 5 a.m. in Toronto, more people talk about 6 p.m. in New York, and more people talk about 8 a.m. in Charlotte, and now especially Make Them Remember, aka 1 a.m. in Albany. But it's a really good one. Like, I think for me personally, I do think 6 p.m. in New York is the better track, but if we're going like full bias mode, this one's my personal favorite. But if we're talking like objective fact, like which one's better, I think I'm gonna have to go 6 p.m. in New York is the better track, but 4 p.m. in Calabasas is still pretty good. These two are like debatable on which one's better in my opinion, but 4 p.m. in Calabasas, man, like the bars, the beat, it's just a really good song, though. I will say the bar about how he brought Kendrick and Rocky with him on tour has aged pretty interestingly, depending on depending on who you ask, I guess. Um, Other than that, like it's a crazy, criminally underrated timestamp song. I just really like the beat on it, man. Like it's that simple. Then we have um, Do Not Disturb or 7 a.m. in Germany or whatever it's called. Um, if I'm being honest, I'm not a huge fan of this one. I honestly think all of these are much better. It's not that this one's bad. It's definitely one of the best tracks on More Life, but well, like the other ones just outclass it. Like simple as that. Decent beat, okay rapping, but it's not all that crazy compared to the others. But if we want to talk about real stinkers, one that I genuinely think is not all that great, like I swear so many people hyped this song up when the album came out. But me, I mean, maybe it's just because I'm a massive Kanye fan, but in my opinion, I do not like this one at all. It's just not good. Like, it's boring. It puts me to sleep. His rapping's just kind of eh. The beat is so eh. Like I just don't like 7 a.m. on Bridal Path. Like I usually love the timestamp tracks, but this one low key put a stain on its legendary run, in my opinion. But then immediately after this absolute doo doo shit fart, we got Peak right after. 8 a.m. in Charlotte genuinely contends with 6 p.m. in New York as the absolute best of the timestamps. I remember when he first dropped the 8 a.m. in Charlotte music video. I believe he just dropped straight video on YouTube. He didn't drop it as like a proper like single on Apple, if I'm not mistaken, and any of that stuff. He just dropped it as a video on YouTube. I rewatched that shit over and over because it's that good of a song. It's a pretty nice and chill, like cool little video, but the song itself, oh my god, bro, the Jordan Peele, but shout out Jordan Peele, man, he makes so many good fucking movies, but you know, he just has so many like cool, funny, punchy bars, and I know, it's the one where he says stuff about being like Czechoslovakian and blah blah blah. Look, I've seen people mock it. You can laugh all you want, it's a banger, okay? Okay? Just leave it at that, please. Alright, and then finally, we got Make Them Remember, aka 1am in Albany. Now, this one's an interesting one to rank. Um, Let me break it down for you, because as I already discussed when I made the um, Drake video, you know, the album tier list, when I made that one, I'm also a Kendrick fan. I'm not any of these like biased, like, well, I may have a little bit more favor towards Kendrick because he's my absolute favorite, but that doesn't discount Drake immediately. Now, I do want to like talk about or like discuss some of the things on Make Them Remember that to me, on one hand, like I really like the song. I think its beat is great, but some of the lyrics on this thing, I'm just kind of a bit like, you know, maybe it's just the Kendrick fan in me, but I just feel like some of the things he says on this track are a bit out of left field in my opinion. It's just a bit whack. But let me just break it down. Um, you know, a whole lot of yap in the intro, whatever. Okay, here we go. It feels like I gotta lie to even ties, so I don't even know if these wins or nots based on what's suitable now. Now, I know so many people go crazy with that, but like, wins or nots, like like wins or nots, but wins or nots, like the ties, like it's not that crazy. Okay, shut up. But what I do want to talk about it is the fact that he says it feels like I gotta even lie. Sorry, it feels like I gotta lie to even tie. Brother, okay, you spend this album talking shit about how Kendrick had to use those bars just to get decent plays, which I think is literally a bar in this song, like later, somewhere. But he complains about the whole, like, you know, what Kendrick did on Not Like Us and stuff. Like, he complained about all that stuff. You were lying about him first. You started it, you dumbass. But anyways, I digress. Let's keep going. That's just my opinion. Don't get mad though. It is fact though. Like it is fact that he started it though. Let's just keep going though. Okay? Let's just keep going. They say conclusions were drawn, but I'm in super denial. What is the loss? I'll be damned if I'm losing it now. You know what? I like that one because it's super honest. He is in super denial. Like throughout the album, it's very clear that yeah, he is in super denial. I like that. It's self-aware. Continuing onwards. Okay, if Drake took out the AK, maybe he would be in jail just based off the name that spells. Completely interesting bar in my opinion because obviously the name he's talking about is Dre, Dr. Dre. You know, if you took out the AK from Drake, it would spell Dre. Dre. He should be in jail because of the abuse and all that stuff. Um, if I'm being honest, bro, you're saying this about Dr. Dre as if you don't have Baka in your team and all these other people, but again, besides the point. Um, what they say they smelled, I'm pretty sure that's meant to be a jab back at Kendrick because he says on 616 in LA something about like, uh, smell somebody lying, and then obviously Drake goes on to say all this stuff. Um, do 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 do. Oh yeah, here it is. I was literally just talking about this like 2 seconds ago. He'll say stuff like this though. Like this is the confusing part about Iceman to me. He'll say stuff like, he'll say this bar and then say this, blah 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 blah. Do, 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 do. Oh yeah, this is one of the bars that I would say is confusing. This doesn't even have anything to do with Kendrick, in my opinion. This is just why, like why? Just why do you got to bring this into the fact that people dissed you and all that stuff? We don't like. I just don't even know what to say after even seeing this bar. Is it the fair skin or the Jewish roots? Why people want to not see me on? And he says it like that other word. Like I can't, bro. I don't know how you guys listen to this and think like, oh yeah, man, this one, this is the best song on the album. I mean, best song on the album is like, here, burning bridges. Make them cry. I mean, there's plenty of better tracks. Um, let's just keep going. Then he proceeds to say, fuck a Billboard #1, whoop-de-doo. They're rigging the game because you're fighting the biggest artist. As if he doesn't always go for #1s. Um, I like what he has to say about Cole. I could have fell back like the married rapper, but we engaged. I told y'all I'm settled in my evil ways. I like that song, but I can't lie, this bar just completely ruined that entire track for me. But in a good way, because it goes to show that, like, yeah, Drake actually meant it by saying, like, I'm in my evil ways. Um, what else? What else? What else? But yeah, like it's just so weird to me how he says, stuff like "fuck a Billboard #1, whoop de doo, they're rigging the game, blah blah blah." He says the "not see me on top," like he says that. He also says y'all was writing all summer, blah blah blah. He says all this like constantly saying shit about Kendrick, plot twist, blah blah blah, talking about hiding the Bible, blah, 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 blah. He says all this, okay? He says all this, but I'm like 90% sure it's this song. Where is it? He says something about, yep, here it is. And Bogues, sorry, dunked for once, even I'm a bit amazed. So you spend practically the whole album, complaining, oh, y'all always doing these freaking, y'all saying like these kinds of bars about me, y'all making up lies about me, blah, 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 blah. But then even you admit, like, yeah, he dunked on you. Like, bruh, bruh. Like, other. I don't know. Like some of the lyrics to me for this one in particular is just kind of weird. Like I don't know. There's a lot of mixed messaging in this. Like 1 second he's saying shit about how, like oh Kendrick, you lied to get plays, blah blah blah. But then like you also say you're amazed by the fact that he dunked on you. Like I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's just a bit mixed signals. Oh, and then you have his good old "What is in the brains? Even when I cut him, I could never fade. I mean, it's Drizzy Drake." Like, way to go, Orbs. You turned what was a pretty funny bar, in my opinion, to something very boring with that monotone ass flow of yours. But all this yap, what do I think of it? Is it somehow another stinker like 7 a.m. on Bridal Path, or is it actually a pretty good one? You know what? I'll say it's about here. It's definitely above the Germany one because this one also kind of it's not bad, but it's just kind of like not all that great compared to peak, great, pretty good. But it's not as dog shit as this. This is pretty damn good despite all those flaws I just pointed out that I personally didn't really mess with. But all around, that is the tier list done. That is my thoughts on all of the timestamp tracks. Let me know what all of you think of the timestamp songs. Put your ranking down in the comments below, and also let me know if you want to see more more out of the box kind of concepts like this. Till next time, like and subscribe, and peace.